No matter what you do, none of your website or content gets any traffic from Google. I've been there. I've tried every SEO tactic and hack over the last decade. But in my experience, it doesn't matter if you've got fast load times or perfect scores in a Yoast plugin or any other tactics if your strategy is flawed. And so in this video, I'm going to show you through 4 of the biggest mistakes you're making with your SEO that's holding you back right now. This is a mistake I see time and time again. People are using keyword research tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs, and they're following the basic advice of find high volume keywords with low difficulty, write content, and you'll rank. And while that was good advice 5 or 10 years ago, that doesn't really work anymore. If you're just blindly following keyword research tools, then that's the number one reason that you're not ranking or getting any traffic. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're trying to rank for terms in the cryptocurrency industry. Let's say you start your keyword research with the term Bitcoin. Now, most people understand that the top terminology here, although it's high volume, it's got really, really hard keyword difficulty, meaning that it's almost impossible for you to rank at the top of SERP because it's all the top most authoritative sites. So the next step makes sense. You're going to filter down and you're going to say, let me use the filters and find some easy keywords to rank for. And as you can see here, the indicator starts to show green. And you think, oh, 20 out of 100 keyword difficulty, pretty good volume. That sounds like a good keyword to start writing for. So they collect all these keywords up and just start publishing content on them without looking any deeper at the keyword. They're trusting the data from these keyword research tools, which isn't always that accurate. Let's take an example from this list. For example, Bitcoin for dummies. That sounds like a pretty good keyword to rank for. 1,900 search volume, monthly search volume in the US. That's how many people are searching for it each month, and a 29 keyword difficulty. So in theory, easy. You'll need quality content focused on the keyword's intent. So that makes sense. The problem is, first, this keyword difficulty only reflects the chance of ranking on the first page of Google or in the top 10. It doesn't tell you how hard it is to rank in the top 3, which realistically now is the only place you're going to get decent traffic from. So if we were to click into this keyword and do a little bit more research on it, we could go down even in our keyword research tool, or we could actually go and search it in Google directly to get a better idea of our competition. Now, if we were to go and write on a smallish website without that much authority or well-known in the industry, we're going to have a real struggle here. We can see here from the search results that the top of this whole page is taken up by the Bitcoin for Dummies books. So that's the first place people are going to start. Then you've got another sort of knowledge panel here coming out with more information. And then only then do we start to get to our really busy organic search results. Now, bearing in mind this was a keyword difficulty of 20, it should in theory be not that hard to rank for. But when we actually look a bit closer, we can see a breakdown of the search and the data here. You can see the number 1 ranking site is Gemini, which is a really authoritative, well-known cryptocurrency exchange. It's going to be really hard for anything other than another authoritative site, a really high-profile publisher, to unseat them from the top spot here. Then even dummies.com, which is the publisher of the Dummies for book brands, can't even rank top of organic search. Then you've got Amazon, you've got this other website, which I've not actually heard of. You've got Amazon again, you've got Investopedia, you've got YouTube videos. And only then, even the BBC, only then do you start to think, even in position 9 or 10 is VanEck, which is another well-known financial industry website. So really, the only spot open here for a lower website is going to be right at the bottom of the SERP. And even that's taken up by a product. So now you can start to see that actually we wouldn't be able to just publish content and rank because the difficulty is actually, or the competition is really high from organic competitors and from other SERP features. The second big mistake, and a lot of people won't like me for saying this, is that most SEO content is complete garbage. Have you ever read through a list of blogs that you found through page 1 of Google and just thought, it's all kind of like surface level information. It doesn't really make much sense. And no one's ever giving me any actionable information. And you're desperately combing through all this content just to find one little nugget of gold to help you solve the problem you're having. Unfortunately, the way the SEO industry has developed has led to a massive decline in content. Either people are pumping out just AI generated stuff from ChatGPT, or they're creating these all-encompassing sort of pieced together content briefs and articles based on what they think Google wants to see rather than what's actually helpful for a reader. Let me give you an example. Now, to a lot of people, this looks like a perfectly legitimate article. 6 good reasons to install solar panels, and it's just a list of reasons to install solar panels. But actually, it's pretty unhelpful, not that well built out content. It's pretty much a wall of text with quick notes as to each point and nothing else much there for the reader. I mean, this one doesn't even have a call to action on it. And a lot of companies or even SEO agencies are pumping out content like this and not getting any rankings. Imagine if as a user you were reading this thinking, it's just a skim over the top about solar panels. Compare that to a high quality piece of content that does actually generate a lot of traffic, that's easily scannable. It's broken up into a nice readable column with bullet points. It's actually got multimedia in there. It's got internal links. It's got images and demonstrations. It's got data to really paint a great picture for people, and then even goes further and gives actionable, useful tips for people to actually go from, hey, I'm interested in this subject, to I fully understand it and I've got some actionable takeaways from it. And when you're producing content like this, you're actually adding helpful information and original advice and insight into the world. If you're just producing repurposed, sort of copied information, just a bit rewritten, and posting that as your blog content, then you're not going to rank. Because why would Google rank you above anyone else if you're just providing the same information in different words? There's no reason or no benefit to the user to just put another website higher up in search because it wrote a slightly longer article. Number 3 is no topical authority. And I think topical authority is massively misunderstood in the industry and by website owners. Topical authority is all about establishing your website as the go-to resource for a particular knowledge base, thereby becoming a trusted voice for Google. So anytime you speak on a subject, you are ranked and published well, and for your readers to understand you're a go-to resource of trustworthy information. Now, when people see the word topical authority and read into it, they think they should go to their keyword research tool, type in the word Bitcoin, and just start writing about all the keywords related to Bitcoin. That's not really going to get you topical authority. You need to be thinking about creating website expertise and building credibility with depth of content, not breadth. So you shouldn't be thinking, I'm just going to write about every single thing in my industry and kind of scratching the surface at all of them. Take me, for example. I'm an SEO specialist. Now, that could mean that I could one day be writing content about Google Search Console. I could be writing about keywords. I could be writing about backlinks. I could be writing about website page speed. Those are all elements of SEO, but it's very hard for me to become a really in-depth, knowledgeable resource on all of those things if I'm just writing 1 or 2 articles on the subject. Instead, you need to go deep into one particular sub-niche in your industry at a time. So take this for an example. I could go as an SEO expert and say, actually, I'm not going to try and rank for everything. I'm going to start off piece by piece and sub-niche in my industry. For example, expired domains. Instead of just writing one article, sort of skimming over top of the benefits of expired domains and thinking that ticks another box, I would want to go and write several articles, all giving original, insightful, helpful information to my readers. So you can see how that might break down here. You could talk about what they are, why use them, and the benefits of them, and not just like a list of benefits. How would they actually help a business achieve their goals by using an expired domain, for example? Actionable, useful help for people. How to use an expired domain, finding them, vetting them, rebuilding them, and giving really helpful, actionable advice on the steps people would need to not just once they found and vetted a good one, actually how do you go and use one, step-by-step information to, again, what is the goal of someone that wants to use an expired domain? Is probably someone looking to get better rankings for their business website. You could just simply pick a particular sub-niche in your industry, write down every question that your potential customer might have on that subject, and start writing content to help them solve those problems. And then once you've created that sort of content, go and then backfill it and do the research with your keyword research to see what is available to rank for and what sort of phrases people are searching into Google to find solutions to their problems. Number 4 is the wrong intent. This is a massive one as well. This is a huge problem. When people think they need to be doing SEO, they just start writing educational blog content and think that deserves to rank. Let me show you a real life example of what happens when you get intent wrong and how you're never ever going to rank if you get this step wrong. Let's switch it up and go and use solar panels, for example, for our main keyword to start searching through. And the important column here is this intent column. The purpose of search in a search engine. Intents can be read by the search engine and algorithms to show proper results and search features. And you can see they're categorized under here. And there's 4 types of search intents you get. Commercial, the user wants to investigate brands or services. Transactional, the user wants to complete an action. Informational, the user wants to find a specific answer to their query. And navigational, the user wants to find a specific page or website. Now, where people mostly go wrong on this is they try and write informational content for commercial keywords. So they write a long blog post on something and the user isn't interested in finding out information. They want a sales page. They want a product page. They want to buy the product there and now. They're ready to start choosing and buying products. Here's a good example of this. Solar panel kits. If you were to go and try and write informational content about solar panel kits and you wrote the world's most amazing blog, it's 3,000 words, it's got every bit of information, it's got original insight, no matter how good it was, it's never going to rank. As you can see from these search terms, and at the top we've got sponsored results, but then we've got product features coming out, and then even our organic results, our product pages. People want to shop for a solar panel kit. They don't want information and blog posts on it. They don't want education. They want to actually start buying products. So you can see the whole of page 1 is product page on Google. So there's no reason that it would ever rank a blog post unless this intent changed and Google realized people are looking for educational content on this subject. And if you've ever seen your content take a complete nosedive and disappear from page 1 completely, go and look at the intent, because they can change from time to time. From what used to be a educational, informational keyword can change into a product commercial keyword over time. And I see so many people writing informational content when they actually need to be serving product pages and they say, well, I don't have that product. Well, there's no point in trying to rank for it because Google's never going to serve your blog post. So you're just wasting your time and effort.